Hi, I'm Stuart Baker, and welcome to another episode of Chamber Talk. This week we have Moyrah Blue, and she is both a store owner in downtown Nevada City with Two Little Birds Children's Boutique, but she's also with her partner Kelly Wessner, right? Got that name right. They, in the last several years, they started a real estate business, and they've been really active. And so, tell us a little bit about your journey, maybe a little bit about the boutique, but mainly we're curious, the real estate situation. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Stuart. Thanks so much for inviting me to do this. I'm really grateful to be here. And so Kelly and I actually do both businesses together, which is one of the things that make us unique. We teamed up for the boutique, and then it was going so well that we also teamed up for the real estate, and it's been a really amazing journey. We started the boutique in 2018, and it all happened very quickly. And it became this really beautiful community hub, and we grew this wonderful support network around it. And so it was going so well that we decided to team up and also do real estate. And I'm really grateful that we have each other. I mean, it's so amazing. I can't speak highly enough of having a partner in something like this. It really just allows both of us to have our skill set shine and also to be able to support our families. We tag team with each other so that we can also take care of our kids when they're sick and go on field trips. And then we are two different people with different sets of skills and tools and interests. And so we're able to bring that to the table for our clients. I feel like we tested it all out with the boutique. And we were able to really figure out over the last 6 years where she excels and where I excel and how we can come together. So
no, that's great. Yeah. And full disclosure, I actually used your services. We sold some land last spring, and it was a really amazing event because, like you said, you each had strengths that you brought to the situation and expertise, and working as a team, we both felt like we got the best of both of you and a lot of focus. And getting an offer for land after just 3 days, that was a really good thing. So, so tell us a little, what are you seeing right now? This is late 2024. What's the real estate market looking like right now? What are you seeing?
It's really interesting. A lot of people in Nevada County would say it's a weird market.
I've heard schizophrenic.
Yeah, you hear all that. I say it's a fun market. I say, I'm finding it really interesting. Technically, it's a neutral market, which means that there are equal amount of buyers and sellers, both, in the market right now. But really, in our area, it depends on where in the county you are. Certain areas are more of a buyer's market. Certain areas are more of a seller's market. And right now, what we're seeing is there are, I believe it's 42% of homes right now have been having to lower their prices. Okay. At the same time, we are getting multiple offers. Kelly and I just went through that with a listing. Within 2 days, multiple offers. A lot of properties that are priced correctly and updated, ready to move in, are still getting multiple offers above asking. So
interesting. And how is the issue with fire insurance and all of those concerns? How is that playing into the market?
I mean, it's definitely affecting people's buying power. For us, it's the first thing we do now. If someone shows interest in a house, I will show them the home. And then afterwards, if there's interest, I immediately go to Goosehead and I ask for a quote. Because that's really important for the lender to figure out that full picture of what they can afford and what their monthly will be. Everyone can get insurance. It just is affecting, the price point of the home you're looking for. You have to factor that in.
Right. And then I guess interest rates are also hopefully on the downward slide. So that may make things a little bit better. Well, what are you thinking around that with mortgage rates?
I think that it's hard to know what that will do. We're hearing that it's going to mean that there's going to be a ton more buyers that are coming out, which could make home prices go up and more competition. It's hard to know how it will play out, but I definitely have a lot of very active buyers right now, sort of anticipating that drop in the interest rate.
And in terms of supply, what are you feeling around that? Is the supply increasing, or does it, like you said, depend on the area and the part of the county?
I mean, right now it is like fairly neutral. Although I will say it as an agent, it does seem like there's a lot of new homes. I mean, in last week we had a ton of new homes, and today it's our association meets and we do something called the broker tour, where all the agents go and see the new homes in the market. And I think there were like 15 or 16 homes, which is a lot for a week, and in just one area. That's just for Grass Valley.
Great. And then if you're out there and you're considering buying, what are some tips that you have to offer buyers out there that in this market and with this climate with insurance and mortgages, et cetera? Any tips?
Yeah, I would say the number one tip is call me or Kelly,
Right.
or your agent if you have an agent. Find someone that you trust and has the availability, because there are a lot of instances where we have to act quickly and be ready. And that's one thing Kelly and I, one of the assets of having both of us is that we're always available. One of us is pretty much always available. We've run our lives that way. We've been doing it that way for 6 years. So call us, call your agent, and getting pre-approved is so important.
Yeah,
I mean, really, that's the number one thing.
And approved with a mortgage when you say pre-approved, in case people don't get that.
Yeah, pre-approved for your mortgage. Or, I mean, if you're cash, great, then you don't need to do that.
Right.
But if you are getting a mortgage, you do need to have pre-approval. And I highly recommend asking your realtor who they recommend, because most of us have worked with a lot of different lenders, and we can let you know who we enjoy working with, and the deals that close most frequently. I think also having a local lender in this area is particularly important. It's just very unique. It's rural. It's we have septics and we have easements and we have mines on properties, and we have wells and things that if your lender is in Roseville or in the Bay Area, they're not necessarily as aware of. So we do find also anytime you are in a small community, working local is really important, right? So my lender, one of our preferred lenders, he's feeding his family. He's and he's also a community member. I see him on the baseball field. Both our kids are playing Little League,
That's great.
So he's invested in the outcome of my clients and our community.
Nice. And then on the flip side, let's say you're considering selling your home or your land. What are some tips there that you have?
Again, I think calling an agent, finding an agent ahead of when you're ready. We've done it both ways with sellers where they need to sell it right away and it's quick and we're doing it.
They already have a buyer and all of that kind of thing, or
less that, but more so it's like an immediate need to sell and not a lot of time, and that's fine and we can make that happen. But the more time you have, the more easeful it can be, especially for the homeowner. So we have a client right now, and we were able to spend the last couple months helping them get ready, helping them come up with a list of the things that were the priorities, how where to spend the money and where not to. And when we were ready for market, it was so quick. They were able to have all the inspections done, all the repairs done, and it was such an easy, experience for everybody. So I would say if you're thinking, even if you're thinking for next year, it doesn't hurt to reach out.
And then looking into the crystal ball, do you have any sense of where things are going in the market in general?
I mean, gosh, I wish I had a crystal ball.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone does.
I really, what I can say is here locally, we have a really strong market. I mean, I don't see that changing, honestly, because there are still people that want to move here all the time. We have a special thing here.
Yeah,
so
it's so true.
For us,
True.
I feel really blessed to be able to I feel pretty secure in that,
Yeah, it's an attractive market. People are just banging down their doors, coming from places that are just so much less community. I mean, what I'm hearing now when you talk about community, all the connections you have through Little League and through the other events. I know you're part of the chamber as well. You're on the board of directors, and so all of those things just help the civic engagement part of it. And I really think that's what people come here, because they enjoy. They can't see it, but they feel it. They feel that people are connected, and I think they long for that. Do you have thoughts on that?
I agree 100%. I've been here for 15 years from Santa Cruz, and I love it. I mean, genuinely, we are really lucky
Yes.
to be here.
So true.
You know,
So true.
yeah, and just connections like you and I have. We're on the we're doing the chamber board meetings together, and then you're allowing me to sell your home, and that like it just all trickles out.
Right.
And we do care about each other here. I mean, I see that with our schools and our kids' teachers, and
Yes. Right.
yeah, I feel really grateful.
That's great. That's wonderful. And then just lastly on land, because I know that's a unique thing to sell and or to buy. Any tips for buyers and sellers in regards to land? Because it's a lot trickier than just, in some ways, like, okay, a house has a lot more complicated features, but land between septic, like you mentioned, wells, easements, other than that, other things like that. What else could you say on that topic?
I think land in general does take longer to sell. That's what we see. I've been doing some comps for land recently and seeing on market days, 300 days plus. But we also have situations like yours where you did everything. So you did all the right things to sell your land. You had the perk and mantle, there was electricity near the property, you knew a lot about your property, the history of it. All of that, like the same things you would do to prepare a home, like pre-inspections, things like that, you did that. And so I would say like land is similar. We also priced it really well. You have to just make sure that you are coming in on an appropriate price and helping your buyer, like making it as easy for your buyers as possible will really increase your potential of selling it at the asking price more quickly. Nice. But yeah, it's unique. There's different inspections, but you have to, know, basically people are usually buying land because they want to develop it. So being able to support that and figure out what goes on with that. Right now it's cool because the county is going through this process of making it easier to have tiny homes and all of that. So land is really appealing. I've had multiple land sales lately, so that's really exciting.
That's great. So any final thoughts that you have or comments that you'd like to make about, your situation with either real estate or the boutique?
Well, the boutique is so sweet. I mean, I'm not there. Kelly and I aren't there anymore on a day-to-day. We're there for events and we're filling in. We have a store manager, but it's still like wonderful to walk in and just, have your happy endorphins. And I love seeing my clients and customers. And then real estate is it's honestly a passion. It's really been amazing for me. I'm a fourth generation realtor, and so it's in my family history.
In your blood.
And it's in my blood. And it took a little while to get here, but now we're here, and Kelly and I have a really thriving business. I think part of it is that we switched brokerages, so we're at Century 21 now, and they have so many incredible tools and skills and mentorship and support, and so that's really, I think, why we're seeing the success we're seeing.
And also, you're seeing Nevada County Media for the first time, and you're really excited about this potential for using it as part of your business, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So,
I want to tell everyone about it, but then I don't because then it might be, don't want them
too
to
popular.
get too busy. But it's amazing. And also the fact that they offer a free kids membership it's blowing my mind. What a cool resource for our youth.
That's great.
That's really incredible. Yeah, I want to hang out here, and I'm definitely coming back for the horror haunted house
all
thing
of that.
that's happening.
No, that's great. All right, well, Moyrah, thank you so much. That's great. And thank you all for listening, and we look forward to seeing you next time. All righty, take care.